Monday, Floss Tube. Hello, crafty friends. How's everybody doing today? My name is Caroline. Welcome back. This is the last of the Evertote workshop videos, updates that I needed to do to fill you in on all of the stuff that we had going on before the Stitch North retreat that happened at the beginning of April. So these were all things that were, you know, at the end of February, March, and into the beginning of April. So with today's video, we're all caught up. So today is all about modern folk embroidery. So everything that I've brought into the shop over the last couple of months that have to do with Jacob of Modern Folk Embroidery, you're going to hear about it today. So first of all, the very first thing I wanted to take care of today was the giveaway winner. This was a very generous gift for me to offer up for you for a 32 count Isabella's Heart blank slate linen dyed by Leo&Roxy Floss Co, as well as all of the floss needed for Jacob's chart Isabella's Heart. So the winner of this set will be receiving the pattern, the floss, and the linen, everything needed to stitch that chart. And once again, an enormous thank you to Alicia for giving up that amazing giveaway prize for our viewers. Okay, so I've just double checked, and there were 255 unique comments on the video where this giveaway was announced, and that was a while ago now. And the prompt was to use the word heart in your comment, and I had 255 comments, and I used the YouTube random comment picker, and it did its magic, worked its magic, and the winner is Lorraine Bergstrom. So congratulations, Lorraine. You are the very lucky winner of that set. Thanks to Alicia. So Lorraine, if you could please contact me, caroline@evertote.ca, and send me your mailing address. I will get that out in the post to you. And congratulations. You're going to love it. It's a great, great chart. And you know, it looks amazing on the blank slate linen. I love it. Okay, so that takes care of the Modern Folk Embroidery giveaway that I had to share with you. The other little thing that I'm just going to pop in here at the beginning of this video, we're getting ready to make pop something in the shop this week that's kind of exciting, that has to do with Modern Folk Embroidery and Leo&Roxy Floss Co, and Evertote is putting it all together. And so if you would like advance notice of when it goes in the shop, I'm not going to give you much more detail about that. But those of you who are signed up for our newsletter through Evertote, you will have advance notice of what it is and when it's available. And so newsletter subscribers will have the first 24 hours to hop in on something kind of exciting. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And for the newsletter, in order to sign up for it, and this is really important, first of all, make sure your email address is correct. We have, I mean, not a ton, but we definitely have some emails that are not correct because they bounce back to us. We know that they haven't been delivered because they don't get delivered, they bounce back to us. And there's too many for us to go in there and individually try to sort out who they belong to if they're not already customers. And the other thing is we have a lot of our newsletters end up being filtered out by spam filters. So if you want to make sure that you receive the newsletter, make sure that you have Evertote in your address, your contacts, and then there's a better chance that it will get into your inbox and not be filtered out into your spam filter. So the newsletter is ready to go out. It won't be sent out for a few days yet. And again, it's something that we are very excited about. I can't wait to share more of the details with you. So probably maybe Friday or Monday, I'll share full details on the big reveal. Okay, so now let me turn the camera around and I'm going to share with you. I have so many charts to share with you. And because I want to talk a little bit about some of the paper used in some of the charts, then I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you the actual physical charts that I've got instead of just inserting photos of Jacob's design, if that makes sense. It'll become clear in just a moment. So let me turn the camera around and I'll share with you all of the beautiful Jacob charts that we've brought in the shop. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Now I have got the charts here in no specific order, and you'll notice that, you know, I've got booklet charts of the stitch alongs. Like we all know the Fruits of Plenty. This was the stitch along from last year, 2021. And so anyways, yeah, I've got it further on down in the pile. So yeah, I've got a physical copy of the Fruits of Plenty, which makes me immediately want to pull mine out and start working on it. I love that chart. Okay, so let's start with the one you can see first and foremost here. This is the Lilly Wheel. And I saw this design on Jacob's website. Now I should just so in case you don't know this, I only carry the physical charts in the shop. I do not carry the PDFs. If you are a PDF stitcher and you love these charts, you can go to Jacob's website, which is www.modernfolkembroidery.com. And you can, of course, find versions of all of these charts as PDFs in his shop. I only carry the physical copies. So this is the Lilly Wheel. So I saw this chart on Jacob's shop and I thought, oh, I have to stitch that. So I started it almost immediately with, I had some of that peanut brittle, the sample pieces that we had cut for those other designs I shared the other day. The Quaint Rose, Rejoice Evermore, and the Stitch North Friendship Sampler by Patty Brake. And so I had a small piece and I thought it was the perfect size. It was begging to be started. And of course I used my favorite Falu red, and the white stitches that are in there are Snowy Owl. These are all Leo&Roxy Floss Co. So it's Leo&Roxy Floss Co floss and linen in the peanut brittle. And I'm doing this on 32 count, 2 strands of floss over 2. So that's what Falu red looks like on peanut brittle. And of course, the closer I get, the more it washes out. So you can see it's really warm colored linen. And all of the white stitches. Jacob recommends that you can stitch it all as one color, you know, as monochrome, or you can, you know, make the crosses, the little snowflakes. You can make them different color, which I love. So that's what I'm doing. So that's the Lilly Wheel. That's the first one I have to show you. Then we have How Doth the Little Busy Bee, which again was another one that I must stitch. So funny story about this little design. I've mentioned Leah before. Leah works here at Evertote. She saw this chart and she thought, I want to stitch that. So Leah is a brand new stitcher. And if you are on the shop and you're looking at this design, and if you flip over a couple of photos, you'll see a picture there of a model, stitched model. And I'll insert a photo here while I'm talking about it. Guess who stitched that? That was Leah. Leah stitched it. It was the very first piece that she's ever done. She did an amazing job. She used a 16 count Aida in Night Owl that was dyed by Leo&Roxy Floss Co, which I don't have any at the moment, but we do have some 32 count Night Owl. That was the same fabric that is used for the Moonshine Cabin, another modern folk embroidery design. And so I've popped some 32 count wide 8s, and the floss that we used for her stitching is the Leo&Roxy Floss Co Tournesol, which is just, it's a beautiful, beautiful warm yellow. And so yeah, How Doth the Little Busy Bee. It's so lovely. Then we have the 2020 MFE Sal, which is a family patchwork sampler. Look at that beautiful chart. So, you know, my bucket list is all of Jacob's charts. So this for sure is another one, of course. I have to stitch them all. You have to stitch them all. I want an entire room dedicated to Jacob's works. They're just all so beautiful. Then we have the Jones Sands sampler. Ellen Reed, Maximum Cross Stitch Power Hour, my friend Ellen, she stitched hers in a Leo&Roxy Floss Co conversion that she did herself. And if I can sneak a pic of Ellen's post on Instagram, I'll insert it here. We never, you know, did up her conversion. She just did it from floss that was in her stash. But that's the beauty of having a little stash of floss, you know, if you can use it in different ways that, you know, make it your own, make it a little bit unique. It's beautiful. What a great house, right? Love that house. Then we have the Love Thy Neighbor Quaker style sampler. Now this is the first one that I wanted to show you, that I wanted to talk about the paper that was used. You'll notice that the copies that I've shown you previously have been an unglossy cover. And so these, what happened was I had all of these printed at the same time. And there was my printer was having difficulty getting stock of this type of paper. You know, it's the usual, we all know it, supply chain issue. We hear it all the time now. It is a major problem for, you know, lots of different things, and for sure getting paper products is one of them. And so some of the charts that I've received, the cover photo has been printed on a glossy, it's still a thicker paper, the cover, but it is a glossy paper. And of course, the glossy papers are more expensive, but I think for chart purposes, you know, they're equally, you can still clearly see what's inside. But anyways, I just wanted you to be aware that normally our charts, we order them to have the unglossy cardstock covers, but in the next 6 months or so, the charts that we're shipping out, some of them will have this more glossy paper as the cover. So that is Love Thy Neighbor. Now, Distelfink Heart. Do you remember this one? Let me go get it. Hang on. Okay. Remember this? This was from ages ago. This was shortly after we first started selling Leo&Roxy Floss. So the two colors that I used in my version, now you'll see that the chart, Jacob's chart, he just used one color, and that is the absolute genius of all of Jacob's charts. You can really customize them to be exactly what you love and how you like. So mine, I used two colors, and those two colors were, the darker purple is called Wisteria, and the lighter purple is called Iris. So Iris and Wisteria. And the linen that I used is, is it Picture This Plus, the Dirty Linen colorway. Anyways, it's a 32 count, 2/2, and I believe the colorway is Dirty Linen by Picture This Plus. I know it's called Dirty Linen. I'm just not 100% on the manufacturer, but I'm pretty sure it was Picture This Plus. And I love it. I just love it. It's so pretty. Those birds. Yeah, gorgeous. Okay, so that is the Distelfink Heart. And oh, this is the glossier paper on those ones. Okay. Winter Birds, a Christmas pincushion. How cute is that? I love those birds. There's we need to figure out how to slow time down so that we have more of it. LFB 1788, a Red Deer sampler. Isn't this amazing. Amazing. Now I can tell you that Ellen Reed, my Ellen, is working on a Leo&Roxy Floss Co conversion, but because this is such a big piece, we want to make sure that it is, you know, that it works and have part of the stitching completed before we decide that we're 100% certain on the colors. It's not going to be an exact replication of Jacob's floss colors. I believe the colors that she's chosen, the greens are a little softer and I think the reds are a little brighter, but I mean, come on. How gorgeous is that? Love that. And that is the glossy cover. Irish Quaker Sampler. This is another must stitch for me, and I can already picture it on my wall. I absolutely love this one. I just think it's gorgeous. That bird, look at that bird in the bower there. And the little crowns right in there. I love this. Oh, it's so good. Boy, oh boy. Okay, so that's an Irish Quaker Sampler. Then we have Quaker Sampler, A Secret Sky. This is love, to fly toward a secret sky, to cause 100 veils to fall each moment. Isn't it beautiful? I mean, that's just absolutely gorgeous. Talk about a really wonderful wedding gift for a special, special person. It's always, I always look at these designs and I try to pick out my favorite motif, and it's really hard because they're all so beautiful and different, and you know, look at those. Oops, sorry. Just beautiful. Okay. Now, Quaker Medallion, Bird in a Grapevine. If you remember Distelfink Heart, you might just remember my version. Looks like that. So that is my Funny Valentine, Leo&Roxy Floss Co. This is one of the original die lots of my Funny Valentine. Newer die lots have a little bit more of the gray in with the purple mix. That's just the, you know, what happens with these really, really unique hand-painted variegated flosses. They just, they're all unique, gorgeous. So that's my Funny Valentine, Leo&Roxy Floss Co. And the linen is a 32 count. No, this was a 36 count. Is it? I can't remember. But it was by Silkweaver, and Silver Moon was the colorway. Now it was Silkweaver. It's a beautiful fabric. They make a really, really nice linen. I really enjoyed working on that. It was beautiful. So that's mine. That's Bird in a Grapevine, Quaker Medallion. Gorgeous. Now this, I believe, is one of the newest releases from Jacob, a Finch on a Vase. Look at that. Love this one. Could totally see that on peanut brittle with Falu red. It's lovely. My very last chart to share with you today is the Little Bird Quaker Sampler. And again, how can I not want to stitch this? Look at it. It's perfect. Alphabet, letters, numbers, beautiful motifs, birds. It's got it all. It's gorgeous. I love it. Yep, I really need more time. So there you have it. Those are the new charts we've got in the shop. I hope that you enjoyed having a little close-up peek at them today. And I hope that you're as excited about some news that we have coming later this week as much as we are. So on that note, I will say goodbye for today. And I will probably, I was hoping to record a floss tube video on Friday, but Friday is Nicholas's birthday. So I suspect I probably won't have time. So if you don't see me on Friday, then I will have a floss tube video up next Monday. And until then, I hope that you're well, I hope that you're safe, and I hope that you have some stitching to enjoy. Until then, happy stitching, everybody.